or you want to make sure that you're investing the right amount of time, energy, and resources into something so you're not taking a complete loss. For clarity, thank you.
Honestly, the loss that I was talking about is like, BMF Entertainment was actually bubbling before the feds came. So to not pick back up on the music, that would be the total loss. Not so much how far even that the music goes, just the fact that, whatever happened wasn't able to stop it. As far as music, that's how I look at it.
Okay, period. So I'm gonna pass the mic and I'll be back soon. Thank you so much for answering my questions and welcome, 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 welcome to Talk Your Shit Hold on. Oh, Talk Your Shit podcast. All
Thank
right,
you. I
y'all.
appreciate
Let's
it.
go. No problem.
Solo, Lady Josiah, um, Betty, any questions? Hello?
I actually, I actually do have a question. Um, I wanted to know how you feel about the portrayal of BMF as a whole on TV or through the eyes of the television. Because I know a lot of people followed them for a long period of time, but seeing stories being brought to life, not even just the BMF series, but other people who have came out with their own documentaries. Do you have any other like emotions about them or?
I'm glad you asked that question. Honestly, I love the TV show that 50 Cent put together. The other documentaries, some people, some not so much, because it's like a person can know a couple of BMF members, have a couple of pictures. Like, let's say they got a handful of pictures, they can make up a whole documentary and keep showing them 4 or 5 pictures the whole documentary. So that's like one of the drawbacks. But I do like how the family is being portrayed in Hollywood as far as the TV show. Now, granted, it's things that's not in there and it's things that was added in there to make it a more TV deemable show, you know, because at the end of the day, we are talking about something that people have said is, damn near like cartel based. So it's only so much that can be shown or explained on TV. So far as what 50 Cent did, the research, the as much honesty as he could put in it, I love it. It's a great storyline.
Thank you. I appreciate the answer. I think a lot of people do too. I've seen a few of the documentaries, and I've watched as much of the show as I could. But also, my next question is, with the music, um, how influential do you think that BMF could have been if the trials and tribulations did not happen in the like just the music aspect of things?
Well, I honestly feel like BMF was very, very influential, even though a lot of people don't know it. Um, we have a lot of artists that came through BMF, even though there wasn't members like Jeezy, T.I. Like a lot of that movement in the South was able to bubble up because BMF was in the club and having relationships with these people so they can get the music played over and over again in the club, you know.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Um, uh, Big fan. You guys have linked up with my man Jay Diggs. Do you guys plan on doing music with Diggs in the future?
Actually, on my new project, me and Jay Diggs got a song out called Yeah, Alright.
All
So,
right.
I plan on going out to Hawaii and kicking it with him and shooting a video.
Hell yeah, he's doing it out there. All right.
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. BK. I'm still talking into my microphone in my hand, and I forgot I turned it off. I'm so sorry about that. So I definitely have a question for you. So as a producer, how do you ensure your sound stand out in the industry oversaturated with similar beats and influences? Let's talk about it. Let's go.
Once upon a time in time, I would try to keep my ears to the streets and trying to be up on new sound kits and things of that nature. But right now, we're in a weird space in the market where, like you said, it's oversaturated, but there's so many avenues to get music to people and to get listeners. So I really don't focus on that anymore. I focus on cultivating and curating the sound that I'm working on and just building that base.
Oh, thank you so much for that answer. So I definitely have another question for you. So you talked about your ambition, so far. You talk about your ambition and how you cultivate your music so far, right? So thank you for that. So my question for you is, what motivates you to keep going when faced with criticism or setbacks, especially given the public's perception of BMF? Let's talk about it.
The honesty with knowing within myself that if I don't do it, who honestly will? Because what a lot of people not realizing is a lot of these BMF figures that people hold so dearly to their heart, they're getting up in age. Like I believe even Jeezy is probably 47 or if not 50. So like I said, if I don't do it, who will? Because a lot of people are so far removed from thinking about music. They support it and help promote it, but they're not even thinking about starting to rap because they didn't have kids and things of that nature.
Period, period. And thank you for answering that question. So let's get to some controversial question. Are you ready? Are you open to that?
Yeah, I'm open to it.
All right, period. So okay, some believe glorifying certain aspects of BMF histories overshadows its more complex realities. How do you navigate these narratives in your own music and branding? Because you kind of, you open the door for
I
this
mean,
one.
it's really one and the same. If we talk about American history, everybody has a past, so I can't worry about somebody else's perception.
But do you believe that perception would hurt or help your trajectory of your musical experience? Excuse me.
I mean, we honestly don't know. We just elected a president that said grab him by the pussy, so we kind of got to let the people decide that.
Oh my God, this interview is the best. Thank you so much for that. Period, period, period. So I don't even have to ask the next question, but the stage is definitely open, y'all. If you want to ask the question, simply unmute your mic and go right ahead and ask the question. Let's get it. Period. Thank you so much, Mr. BK.
I appreciate your questions.
Yo, this Josiah. I got a question. What inspired you to do music, or what inspired you to still do music?
Honestly, bro, riding around, listen to that snitch Blue Da Vinci. Like we really in BMF, we thought he was everything. See, like the music that he had put out, I don't feel like that was the best representation of him because he's a Cali artist. So we've all fell in love with the Cali artist Blue Da Vinci. Him rapping on California beats, rapping with other California artists. He would have flourished in that lane. But when he went to Atlanta, he wanted to be ahead of the sound because he was the guy actually saying, "Oh no, that's Ti. He need to be over here with us," so the people could see him around money, so he could blow up. He was the guy saying, "Oh, Jeezy need to be over here with us. We need to buy him chains and stuff for his birthday." Like, so he had a vision for the Atlanta sound. It's just he didn't grow up out there. He's not from down south. So they accepted him on the party aspect, but actually looking at him as somebody that everybody probably would have had to go through music wise, they just didn't want to see that happen.
Mafia, what the deal?
What up, though?
Regular shit. It's light, bro.
So I wanted to ask you a question. So your music often draws on personal and collective experiences. How do you transform pain or hardship into art that resonates universally? Because it does. And that's, definitely interested to know this. Is it a process? Do you have to like retreat somewhere, go on vacation, or it's just there for you and you're able to just transmute?
So me personally, I used to try to make everything personal, 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 but I end up getting into a space after so much traveling, reading, living life that I can draw my art from anywhere. So that's how I can always keep it going, you know?
Yeah, I love that. I have a unique question for you. As someone who's about to relocate to Michigan, I've been traveling back and forth there for the last 10 years. If you could reinvent the sound of your city, Detroit, how would you do it and what would you want the world to hear? Let's talk about it, Mr. BK.
I believe we probably use more real sounds in the music. Like the Michigan sound is kind of fast, um, for lack of better words, techno-y. So all of our music is kind of made with computers. I would incorporate, the real sounds back in it. Because I think that's what really made Motown pop, not just the singers, the work ethic, and the marketing, but they actually had those live bands and those live instruments.
Oh, I love that. And that definitely is kind of like the sound of Detroit. There's a lot alive, so yeah, period. So, I think we all want to know the next question, guys. Tell me if I'm wrong. What's a bold move that you've made recently that signifies the next chapter of your career? What future projects are you working on? Let's talk about it.
I didn't catch it.
Oh, I was talking too fast. I apologize. I was saying, what bold move have you recently made that signifies the next chapter of your career? So, what are the next projects that you're working on? Excuse me.
It's kind of hard to answer that question without giving too much up, but some bold moves I have made with my career lately is the actual recordings that I'm making. They're nothing like the recordings I've been making. The sound I've been, dabbling with for the last 5 years. I kind of went back to